Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you're new here, each week I share with everyone what's on my meal plan for the upcoming week, just because I think meal planning is important, and I'm hoping that maybe these episodes could be helpful to you in coming up with some ideas for your meal plan. I think it's important because it saves us time, it saves us money on buying only the groceries that we need, and we waste less food when we know what we're going to be cooking and what we need to buy to make those things. So the meal plan is only dinners. It comes out every Wednesday. The meal plan starts on Saturday, as far as the dates or for the meals. I start with what we're making the upcoming Saturday through the following Friday. And I use like a meal rotation. So it's not always like a whole bunch of new recipes. It's actually not often a bunch of new recipes. But each week they'll be different. We mix things up weekly, but I do rotate like certain things every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, things like that. And then as the seasons change, some things switch in and out. And once in a while I do add a new recipe, but it's kind of pretty basic and definitely rotates because I try and keep things really simple. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, May 15th. So for this Saturday, we're just going to do grilled chicken, which I usually just put in a baggie and marinate with some olive oil, some white vinegar, and some of the Montreal chicken seasoning. And then now that it's nicer out, I'll probably just actually throw it on the grill. Sometimes I'll just like broil it and call it grilled chicken. So that's that. And then we're going to do on the side Mexican bean salad, which is from allrecipes.com. And this is just kind of like, it's got like black beans and kidney beans and cannellini beans and green peppers and like an oil and vinegar based dressing. I kind of make that a lot in the summer. So now that the weather's getting warmer, I'll probably be making that more with my like grilled type meals. And then I was also going to do classic macaroni salad on the side also, which is also from allrecipes.com, and that's just like a basic, like mayo based macaroni salad. So then for Sunday, we're going to do pulled pork. I did this a few weeks ago. This isn't something that I have had in the meal rotation recently, except for, like I said, I did it for the first time a few weeks ago. But I actually bought the pulled pork, it's like the sauce. I forget exactly what it was named, but it was from Aldi and it was really good. So we wanted to have that again. And I'm just going to do that with Hellman's original potato salad recipe, which is from food.com. And what I'm trying to do when I can is try and do like a simpler meal on Sundays. Because I find like by the end of the day Sunday, I just don't feel like cooking. So I thought that was, I don't know how well that's going to work to actually come into my meal plan, but that one was a good one because I could just stick it in the crock pot in the morning, and the potato salad's not all that hard to make. Probably try and make that earlier in the day because it's got to chill in the fridge anyway. So then by time dinner time comes on Sunday, everything will pretty much be done. So that was kind of my thought on that meal. Monday, we are doing hot dogs. We do this once every 4 weeks on a Monday, and I just, boil up some hot dogs, and I make home fries in the air fryer. So I don't have a recipe for that, but pretty much I just cut up some potatoes, peppers, and onions and toss them together with a little bit of olive oil and seasoning and throw them in the air fryer, and we make like Italian hot dogs. And I'm also doing a bagged salad with that, just like, the kind you get in the food store that has like the toppings and the dressing all included. So my one daughter who doesn't eat meat, which I'm sure you've heard about before if you've listened, on that night, usually what she does is she'll just take like a hot dog bun and then put like the potatoes, peppers, and onions on it and just make like a little sandwich like that. Or sometimes I'll do like a vegetarian chili and she'll put that and the potatoes, peppers, and onions on the hot dog bun. But there's the salad also. So so that's what we'll do for Monday. Tuesday is Chipotle night. This is like my favorite meal. We just do this once a month. We do like a Mexican theme every Tuesday. We rotate between like tacos, this one, chimichangas, and something else. I forget what the fourth one is. But so for this meal, again, I don't have a recipe for this one, but all that I do is I just take some chicken breast, cut it up in little pieces, and I toss it with some olive oil. And then I like season it with some like seasoned salt and some chili powder. And I broil it under the broiler so that it gets like slightly crispy. And then I just serve it with like cooked brown rice, some black beans, some cheddar cheese, sour cream, salsa, avocados, like all that kind of stuff, so everyone can make like their own Chipotle style bowl. So that's for Tuesday. Wednesday, we're doing baked salmon again. We did this a few weeks ago, I think, and we've kind of been adding it in a little bit more frequently too. This is another one that's kind of been added in somewhat frequently, but I don't know how long it'll stay because I think some of my family winds up getting bored of salmon after a while. But what I did for this is I don't have a specific recipe site for this, but I just took the salmon and I just brushed it with olive oil and I sprinkled it with just like I can't remember what seasoning I used, but I just sprinkled it with like a basic seasoning. It might have been like a maple type seasoning, like I can't remember what it was, but all I did was just sprinkle it with some seasoning and bake it at 450 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes in the oven, and it came out really, really good. And then I just served it with buttered egg noodles, and then I'm gonna make just some kind of frozen vegetables, whatever I happen to have in the freezer, just like those steam fresh type vegetables I usually always like to have on hand, so that I could just kind of grab something and make it as another side. For Thursday, we're doing slow cooker corn chowder. That is from damndelicious.net. And this recipe, just so you know, it actually calls for like real ears of corn, and then you like take the kernels off it. I do it with canned corn. I mean, I'm sure it tastes really good with the fresh corn. I just have never done that before. So I'm just saying, if you wanted to make this recipe and you don't have time to like actually remove the corn off the ears, or you can't get fresh corn, I make it with canned corn all the time, and it comes out just as good. So it's pretty much just like a really simple corn chowder that you make in the crock pot. It's got potatoes and chicken broth, or you can do vegetable broth. That's what I do so that my daughter that doesn't eat meat will eat it. And then it has some heavy cream added at the end. And I may or may not do grilled cheese with that. Usually when I do soup, usually every Thursday we do either soup and grilled cheese or breakfast for dinner, because that's the night I go grocery shopping. So I try and keep it really simple. But that one's kind of like a more filling soup, and even if you just kind of put like crackers on it, like it makes for like a pretty filling meal. So I don't know that I'll do grilled cheese with that one. I'll probably just serve it with crackers and we'll be done. That'll be dinner. So then next is Friday, which is the last meal of the week. And for Friday, I'm doing quick baked chicken parm, which is from allrecipes.com. And this is just like a really quick chicken parm recipe that you bake in the oven. You just bread the chicken, you bake it, then you add the sauce and the cheese and put it back in the oven again to finish it. And then I'm just doing spaghetti on the side with that. So that's the last meal for the week, and that's just like a really kind of quick, easy one that my family really likes. So that's it for this week's meal plan. I hope this was helpful to you. If you'd like to email me with any questions or suggestions or anything really, you could reach me at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind taking a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that'd be really helpful to me. I also wanted to mention that I do post these recipes. I just created a new website, which I'm still getting caught up with the podcast episodes. So if you go to it, you'll see it's the last podcast episode is like from a while ago. I should have it done within a few days where I get it caught up to the current podcast episode. But I'm also going to be creating a blog post each week that has the links to any recipes in there. It'll have the full meal plan in written form, and then it'll also have the links to any recipes that I do have a link for. Previous to that, I was posting them on the Facebook group, not the Facebook group, just the regular Facebook site. But I think it'll be better to have them in a blog post. That way you can just see them all right there and not have to go and search the site. Because what I used to do is if I had already previously posted the recipe on the site, I wouldn't repost it again because you can search the Facebook page. But doing it this way, it'll just make it easier. It'll show every day of the week what recipes I mentioned. And if it is something I'm just making myself, I will share the same types of comments like I just shared now, like the basics of what I do for those certain meals if it's not like a recipe link. So you can check that out. The website is lolasfrugallife.com, and there'll be a separate link just for the weekly meal plans. So this will be posted there. If not, by the time this episode comes out, shortly after, but I plan to have it posted before this episode comes out. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.